Good day, everyone. Now, look at the table we have on the board. How many of you have seen this table before? Okay, and I know many of us, we must have crammed this table before for exam, just to pass our exam. And you do la cram, la pour, la forget. So let's look at the table very well. And let's fill it up with explanation. In this column here, we have a charge on electroscope. Then here we have charge brought near the cap. Then here we have effect on leaf. When they say effect on leaf, they are talking about the effect on gold leaf. So don't forget it is only the gold leaf that moves, either diverges or what? Or converge. This is the metal plate, this one, metal plate. This is the leaf. So you can either diverge or what? Or converge, okay? So when the charge on electroscope is what? Negative, like what we have here now. The charge on this gold leaf is negative. You now bring a negative charge body close, like a charged ebonite rod. So what happens? What will happen is that most of these electrons here will be pushed down as a result of what? Repulsion. Now, first of all, before you brought this negatively charged rod close, there's already divergence, because the metal plate and the gold leaf, they are carrying the same charge, which is a negative charge. So there's already a divergence. So as you now bring a negative charge close to the gold leaf, the electrons on the cap will be pushed, on the metal cap will be pushed down the rod, down to the what? To the metal plate and to the gold leaf. So meaning we are going to have many more negative charges, both on the metal plate and the what? And the gold leaf itself. The gold leaf is what we refer to as leaf. Okay? Then what happens? Because we now have increase in the negative charges, the leaf will what? We diverge the more. So divergence is going to decrease. So you see it diverge the more as a result of repulsion between the metal plate and what? More repulsion. That's more repulsion between the metal plate and what? The leaf. So negative now, we have that divergence increases. Divergence increases. Okay? So I'll go back now. Number 2, we have negative, that's the charge on electroscope is what? Negative. While charge brought near is positive. So we now bring a positive charge. Don't forget that there's already a divergence between the leaf and the metal plate before you bring in your positive charge. Now, while you bring in the positive charge, what happens? The number of the charges there will decrease, because most of these charges will migrate up. They will be attracted by the what? The positive charges. So most of the charges will be concentrated around here. So these ones will reduce. These ones will reduce. These ones are going to reduce. They will reduce. So what happens? The leaf will now close, because repulsion will decrease. Are you following? We don't have anything like attraction. Repulsion will decrease there. The repulsion is going to decrease. So the leaf closes or collapse, or you can even say divergence is going to decrease, because there was already a divergence before you introduce your charge. So divergence decreases. Okay? And let's go to the next column. We have the charge on electroscope to be positive. You now bring a positively charged body. So let's go here. This is positive. You now bring a positive charged body. Now, there's already divergence here too, because of the repulsion between the positive charges on both the plate and the leaf. So by the time you now bring a positively charged body, what happens is that the positively charged body will push, will repel most of the positive charges there downward. That's from the cap, the positive charges will move down the rod, then down the plate to the what? To the leaf. So we now have more positive charges both on the plate and on the leaf. Don't forget that the metal plate will not move. It's too heavy to move. So the only thing that will be moving is what? Is the gold leaf. So we have divergence to also increase. So divergence is going to increase. So divergence increases. So you can notice now if you have the same charges being brought near, divergence will always increase. Divergence increases. Right? Now, what if you have the gold leaf positively charged again, and then we now bring a negative charge. So like we have here. So let me reduce this again. Positive charge. We now bring a negative charge close to the gold leaf. So what happens? The negative charge will attract most of the positive charges. So part of these charges here, we migrate up. So we have positive charges being concentrated here. So most of these ones will reduce. So once we reduce, they migrate up. Repulsion is going to what? To reduce. And then what happens? Divergence will what? We what? Decrease. Because the leaf will collapse somehow. So the divergence is going to decrease. Divergence decreases. Okay? Now, the next column, the gold leaf is positively charged. You now bring an uncharged body close. The gold leaf is positively charged. Positively charged. You now bring an uncharged body. Uncharged body. This uncharged body. There's no charge. And when we say there's no charge, it means there's equal number of protons and what? And electrons. So what do you think will happen? So do you think nothing will happen here? No divergence and no what? No convergence, nothing. You think so? Can you explain that? Maybe you should pause the video first and fill it up. Okay, so let me tell you what the answer is going to be. Now, when you bring an uncharged body close to a positively charged gold leaf electroscope, you remember what happened in my videos when I taught electrostatic induction, how to charge a body by the method of electrostatic induction. Okay, so exactly that is what is going to happen here. Now, is your uncharged body you are bringing close. So by the time you bring this uncharged body close to a positively charged gold leaf electroscope, the gold leaf electroscope will now induce the uncharged body. The first thing that will happen is electrostatic induction. It will induce the uncharged body with what? With a negative charge. That's an opposite charge to that of the gold leaf. So the moment this uncharged body is being induced with a negative charge, what happens? It will now attract the positive charges here. And when these positive charges are attracted, they will move upward. Then we have repulsion. We have less repulsion now. We have less repulsion since the number of charges here have already moved up. So what happened again? Divergence decreases. Divergence decreases. Okay, the last one, you have a negative charge on the gold leaf electroscope. You now bring an uncharged body close. So what do you think will happen with explanation? Okay, I will not give you this one. So please drop what happens in the comment section and put your explanation there. Thank you. Make sure you like the video and share. God bless you.